shit.
This is Deobra Redden, who's facing charges for attempted battery in Nevada. 30-year-old Redden was arrested after he allegedly attacked a man with a baseball bat. He pleaded guilty and faced a possible sentence of 1 to 4 years in prison. At his sentencing, Redden
fact exchange with Clark County District Judge Mary Kay Holthus.
Based on my history, like I feel that like I shouldn't be like sent to prison for a second time.
Have you looked at your criminal history? Have you looked at your criminal history?
I actually just I looked at it.
I mean, you lived it, I suppose.
I just looked at it.
Yeah.
Judge Holthus then reminded Redden of his criminal history.
And,
3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs. Got a lot going on, sir.
yeah, I just figured like
Battery on a protected person, robberies, attempt home invasion.
Redden, who struggled with mental health issues like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, tried to convince the judge that he deserved a second chance.
I feel like I shouldn't be sent to prison, but if it's appropriate for you, then you have to do what you have to do. But I figured that, if I'm in a better place in my life, I'm not doing drugs, I'm not out there committing crimes now, and I feel like I should be given a shot because I'm in a better place than I was.
But Judge Holthus was having none of it.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history.
Oh,
This
shit.
is when things got crazy.
Oh, shit. The man actually jumps over there.
Redden launched over the courtroom bench and headed straight for Judge Holthus.
Man, he actually jumped over there. Oh, shit.
Eventually, deputies were able to restrain him.
The man actually jumped over the fucking... Oh my god, he jumped at it. Oh my god. You too, man. You should
As
show
alarms
us
went
that.
off in the courtroom, people started to call for help.
Oh my god.
Affirmative medical is requested. Judge Sanders.
Yeah, do advise. My 15's got a big
You're
laceration
about to,
through his head.
like,
Judge threw her head
sentence
into
the
the
man.
wall, and I got an inmate.
Talk about, oh, I don't believe you deserve a second chance. You deserve a taste of the medicine.
Be advised, I'm also going to need a biohazard cleanup for a lot of blood on the floor.
It was later found that Redden allegedly punched Judge Holthus and pulled out parts of her hair.
Oh,
One
shit.
marshal had to be hospitalized
Oh,
and needed
shit.
25 stitches after
Oh,
suffering a
man.
forehead
This man
injury,
don't
as well
care.
as a dislocated shoulder. A few days later, Redden was seen in court again, heavily shackled and wearing a spit mask for the sentencing of his
But, man.
initial assault case.
What? What?
All right, this is on for the continuation of Mr. Redden's sentencing.
See him,
For purposes
Judge.
Of the record, I want to make it clear that I am not changing or modifying the sentence I was in the process of imposing last week
That's good.
before I was interrupted
That's
by
good. Some
defendant's
judges have
actions.
been like, I'm giving you more
All right,
time.
that being said, in accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court does now sentence you in addition to the $25 administrative assessment fee, $150 DNA fee, the $3 DNA administrative assessment fee, and $250 indigent defense fee, 19 to 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections.
Additionally,
That's not bad.
he faced 13 new charges for the attack on Judge Holthus, including attempted murder, battery, and extortion by threat. If convicted, Redden could spend decades in prison.
Oh,
Deobra Redden is a prime example of a convict acting crazy in court. However, whatever a man can do, a woman can do better. Like in the case of Melissa Hardwick, who was in Russell
Oh,
and Wayne
man.
County Family Court in Kentucky for a domestic violence hearing. Melissa's
That's
ex-husband had filed a domestic violence order against
Subscribe,
her.
Your
guys.
statements in your petition as part of your
Give me
testimony,
a like.
but I need you to tell me briefly, in your own words, what happened to cause you to ask for a domestic violence order.
Yes, Your Honor. Things have been escalating, I guess, since the first of the year. And Melissa's had a couple MIWs and a couple arrests. And she got out of jail in,
She's
I guess,
ready.
April. And she started, we hadn't really had anything personal up until that point. She got out of jail in April.
He was explaining the situation when suddenly Melissa erupted.
Oh, man.
personal life is
No, no.
your business, John. It has nothing to do with
Miss
you
Hardwick?
boys. No.
You will be held in contempt of this court if you become
I don't
disruptive.
care. I haven't done anything to this court. Haven't done anything to
Okay.
him.
So you'll be arrested for
It doesn't
contempt of
make
court.
any difference.
You will serve 10 days for contempt of court.
She was arrested for contempt and sentenced to 10 days in
She was
jail.
not playing.
This is
The
when
judge
things
was not
got
playing.
crazy.
Go now.
Oh, imagine she grabbed her hair.
Melissa leapfrogged towards the judge, but thankfully, court deputies stopped her just in time. However, that did not stop her verbal threats.
Oh, man. She's real out here.
Wait and see. Get my boyfriend off the floor.
Melissa faced additional criminal charges for her antics.
A new judge will have to be appointed to represent because she will be charged criminally for the threats that were made in open court today.
Eventually, Melissa was sentenced to 120 days in prison for her outburst. While Melissa Hardwick got off easy for her antics in court, how does it compare to spitting on a judge? Like in the case of 30-year-old Bass Webb, who's in court on attempted murder charges. CCTV footage outside a Kentucky jail showed Webb, a former inmate who spent 3 months there on assault charges, intentionally hitting 2 prison workers with his car. While one guy managed to dodge it, the other was not so lucky. Webb was arrested and produced in court before Judge Vanessa Dixon.
Marciano, Meche.
Yes.
Since she knew the 2 jail employees beforehand, Judge Dixon decided to recuse herself from the case.
There's no way I'm going to try this case or have any further proceedings, or I have to see you for one further step.
But what Webb did next shocked the whole courtroom.
Oh, that's brave,
Webb literally
bro. These guys are
spat
brave.
on Judge Dixon, clearly taking her by surprise. After initially dismissing him, Judge Dixon brought Webb back, charged him, and threw him out of the courtroom. Nevertheless, this is not the end of Webb's defiance of the law. While awaiting trial, Webb started a riot with other inmates inside the Fayette County Detention Center.
Yo, I know what riots are like, bro. Riots, everybody gets shut down. People get
Webb was shot with
dispersed to
beanbag
different
bullets
jails.
and even hit in the neck with a pepper ball.
Shit. Oh, that hurts.
In retaliation, Webb swung a metal telephone box at a corrections officer. He was charged again for his actions and sentenced to 15 years in prison.
I will accept the jury's recommendation of 5 years on count 1, enhanced to 15 years pursuant to the persistent felony offender first degree.
Additionally, Webb was convicted of attempting to murder the 2 jail employees and got an additional 37 years, facing a total of 52 years of prison time. During this time, new evidence came up linking Webb to the unsolved murder of his ex-girlfriend, Bria Runewitz. While incarcerated, Webb had bragged to a detective about murdering the 32-year-old.
He's in there for
to
life,
escape the death
Marciano.
penalty, Webb pleaded guilty and got an additional 50 years in prison. Now, if that wasn't enough, 5 years later, another cold case came to haunt Webb. This time, he was charged with the murder of another ex-girlfriend, Sabrina Vaughn. This time, Webb appeared in court with a sinister tattoo on his head. It had a murder hit list of all the people he intended to kill, including all judges, all prosecutors, all cops, the media, 3 rats that had been crossed out, and many more. Webb was convicted and sentenced to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after 25 years.
That's not bad. Yo, he got 52 years. And he
While
can get
Bass Webb's
parole after
audacious
25
acts in the
years?
courtroom shocked everyone, how does it compare to elbowing your own lawyer? Like in the case of Joseph Zeeler, a double murder suspect in Cape Coral, Florida. Back in May 1990, 11-year-old Robin Cornell and her babysitter Lisa Story were found assaulted and murdered at their home. The gruesome scene was discovered by Robin's mom, Jan Cornell,
Yo, Marcino,
called 911.
please double tap and subscribe. Join the team, nigga. Join the team.
Yes. Oh my God, please hurry. And please just calm down. Oh my God.
The case went cold for over 2 decades
Respect,
until
brother,
Zeeler was
respect.
arrested in 2016 for
Thank
shooting
you.
and injuring his son.
Subscribe
His
to-
DNA was collected and entered into the database, which matched the DNA evidence
Imagine
from the
a sub.
1990 crime
Get
scene.
out of here with that
Now, Joseph Zeeler was actually arrested for another crime, and that's how detectives were able to get his fingerprints and DNA
Yo, I
samples.
appreciate you, brother.
The sample was
Thank
put
you.
into a database called CODIS, and that database also stores unknown DNA samples, including those from the Cornell Story case. Now, when the system ran, that's when detectives got a hit linking Zeeler to this 26-year-old murder case.
Zeeler was further arrested and charged with capital murder.
respect,
In court,
brother.
prosecutors sought the death penalty.
What?
The kind of
What?
factors
What?
which
You
makes
know about bumble
what
clots.
the defendant did to Robin Cornell and Lisa Story so grave
Turn up, man. One love,
So
one love,
serious
brother. Respect.
that death is the appropriate recommendation, that death is the appropriate sentence.
Oh, that's heavy.
Zeeler then took the stands. He initially denied knowing both the victims and Jan.
Do you know Jan Cornell?
No, I don't know Jan Cornell.
Do you know Lisa Story?
No,
Do you know Robin Cornell?
no.
But later said his DNA was at the crime scene because he and Jan were involved in intimate acts the night before the murders.
And what I believe happened is I slept with Jan Cornell and Leanne Deller, and they were just too much of a pig not to wash their sheets.
He even called the victim's mother a pig.
Your DNA would have still been there 5 months later.
Yes.
And that's because they're pigs and they don't wash their sheets, right?
Exactly.
You know that?
Well, I assume that, just like you're assuming that.
But just so the record's clear, when I said they're pigs and they wash their sheets, that's what you said.
Absolutely.
Zeeler then
Yo, you
claimed that the
notice how he
prosecutor
didn't
was
say
framing
it?
him.
Where he's
Well,
like,
the DNA witnesses, did you hear them say that they actually did retest NB32? That they actually took the sheet, recut another sample, and had another analyst do the same test? Did you hear that?
Yes.
So the retesting was done.
I believe FDLE is siding with the prosecution. Of course,
are
they're
you
going to say
fighting with
that.
yourself, Marcino?
Eventually, the jury found Zeeler guilty of first-degree murder.
Verdict. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder of Robin Cornell. We, the jury, find as
Oh,
follows
that's
as to
American
count 2
time
of the
right
charge.
there. 100 years?
The defendant
Mud.
is guilty of first-degree murder of Lisa Story.
But what Zeeler did next left the whole courtroom stunned. At his sentencing, Zeeler appeared in handcuffs. First, he asked his attorney for a private discussion.
What's that?
Which one? Right here. Come on.
As the attorney leaned in, Zeeler threw a cheap shot with his
Bomba
elbow.
clot.
Thankfully, detectives quickly subdued him.
Yo, the mad punch. Ooh. Gotta get one last punch in before you go away.
I ain't doing nothing. Relax. I'm calm.
Really, are you okay? I'm fine.
I am relaxed. I'm calm. Relax.
Meanwhile, the lawyer saw the funny side of the incident.
I used to box. I've taken a lot better shots than that.
After the dust settled, it was time for Zeeler to learn his fate.
Court's review of other capital cases has led the court to conclude that the death penalty would be a proportionate sentence in this case.
Oh, that's rough.
Therefore, the court concludes that under the laws of the state of Florida, the defendant has forfeited his right to live.
He was sentenced to the death penalty.
Accordingly, it is ordered and adjudged that the defendant, Joseph Adam Zeeler, is hereby sentenced to death for the murder of Robin Cornell and the murder of Lisa Story.
While Joseph Zeeler's attack on his defense seemed premeditated, how does it compare to punching someone out of the
That's
blue?
how you know it was
Like
him,
in the
'cause
case
he's
of
like-
Christopher Teal, who was in the King
couldn't say
County
he
courtroom
killed him.
facing sexual assault charges in Seattle,
That's
Washington.
Man, just box this
Reports
judge.
suggest that Teal, a homeless man, followed a woman inside a restroom at a Volkswagen dealership and assaulted her. He was arrested after company employees barged in and stopped the attack. Teal was charged with first-degree sexual assault and unlawful imprisonment. He appeared in court for a competency hearing represented by his lawyer, Reed Birkland. As the hearing began, Teal seemed amused and raised his arm towards Birkland before being stopped by a court officer.
Mr. Teal's present. He's in custody. He's represented by counsel, Mr. Berkman.
Then suddenly, without provocation, Teal snapped.
Standing from his counsel, who I'll defer to in a moment, they are now speaking with Mr.
It's rough, yo. It's a rough life.
Out of nowhere, Teal punched his own lawyer. Luckily, the police quickly managed to subdue him.
Put your hand behind your back now.
He looks freaking Fiona.
A spit hood was placed over his head, and Teal was removed from the courtroom.
Yo,
Birkeland was
that man
unhurt
got
in the incident,
death, bro.
barring
Not
his
even life
pride.
in prison.
He promptly
Death.
withdrew from the case.
Regarding the Christopher Teal matter. No. Okay. I have a question though. Are you running a diminished capacity or insanity or anything of that nature?
I don't have anything to talk about.
The next time Teal appeared in court, the officers ensured he wouldn't be punching anyone. Teal was seen heavily strapped to a chair. However, he still had one complaint. Teal's biggest concern was how his hair looked in his mugshot.
I'd like to know where the they got that photo of me with my short hair. Because that was on Facebook, and I don't have a Facebook.
All right.
So you're on a legitimate question. Like, do you have access to Google?
The judge scheduled another hearing in a week's time. Eventually, Teal was sentenced to 8.5 years in prison. While Teal's reaction could certainly be dismissed as a mental health issue, what happens
guys,
when you get into a
subscribe and
wrestling
like
match
for
with
me,
the
man,
judge?
if you like this.
Like in the case of Sidney Newsom,
Yo, he's
who was
crazy.
facing a domestic violence charge in Pike County Justice Court
Yo, that man
in
looks like
Mississippi.
somebody I know.
Southern District Judge Aubrey Rhymes was
All black
presiding
people
over the
look
hearing.
alike.
Newsom initially seemed to be in a good mood as he reviewed some papers. But an altercation with a court officer seemed to agitate him.
Oh no.
Newsom was then asked to sign some papers. Which the officer presented to Judge Rhymes. However, Newsom was not ready to rest his case. He furiously argued with Judge Rhymes, who promptly asked the officer to remove him from the court. As he was being led from the courtroom, Newsom lost it.
Oh, it's rough in there, bro. That's why you have to be good. Who wants to go to jail, bro?
First, he grabbed a stack of papers and threw it at Judge Rhymes.
Nice.
The officer tried to
Not
subdue
nice,
him,
but
Newsom
fuck.
managed to overpower her.
Your dad, that's you. I know, right? That's my dad. Now, my dad is a good man, yo. He sits at home and that's it.
He then threw a telephone at the judge.
Oh, snap.
This is when the judge decided to take matters into his own
Yo,
hands.
the judge get up to
As Newsom
fight.
threw more paper at him, Judge
judge
Rhymes
is not
single-handedly pinned him to the table.
Yo, that judge was not
Eventually,
playing.
backup arrived.
Yo, his family
Newsom
came in
was
there.
restrained and taken from the courtroom. He faced additional charges for contempt of court and served 48 hours in prison. Sidney Newsom's courtroom antics were definitely crazy. But how does it compare to headbutting a police officer? Like in the case of Daniel Stewart Berry, who's facing robbery charges in Mississippi. Reports suggest that 21-year-old Daniel allegedly robbed a store where he leapt over the counter, put a female clerk in a headlock, and grabbed $20 from the open cash register. Daniel, a business major student, was arrested and charged with 1 count of strong-armed robbery. But when Daniel was being taken to court, he totally lost it.
Jail is not a pretty place, man. Jail is not a bed of roses, man.
Daniel cursed and headbutted a sheriff's deputy, breaking his nose. He was quickly carried off and detained.
Thank you, Father God. Thank you, God, I'm not there.
The sheriff said Daniel was under the influence of drugs and had also assaulted a jail worker the previous night.
I don't know what this is or how much he's taken or whatever, but we'll have to get him evaluated by a doctor, but we've got to determine a safe way to do it for the doctor and for him and for us.
He faced additional charges of assaulting a law enforcement officer. His bond was set at $200,000.
Better call grandma. Yo, if you guys like that, double tap the screen and subscribe for me, please. Those guys, yo, shout out to Courtroom
Stripe helps
consequences,
optimize your
though.
checkout flow, so you
Gotta
can
give
grow
them
your
their
revenue.
props, yo.
And your team can focus on other...
This is funny.
We're now in the El Paso County Courthouse in El Paso, Texas. On court in Miami, Florida. The defendant is 23-year-old Deontay Blackman. He's facing a number of charges, including attempted...
Yo, I read a book about that shit.
We start things off at the Russell and Wayne County's Family Court in Kentucky for a hearing on a domestic violence order filed by a husband against his ex-wife.
You and the respondent were married in the past and have children in common, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And were the statements you made in your petition true and correct at that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you willing to make those statements part of your sworn testimony here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you asking the court to enter an order restraining the respondent from any contact with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
I've taken your statements in your petition as part of your testimony, but I need you to tell me briefly, in your own words, what happened to cause you to ask for a domestic violence order.
Yes, Your Honor. Things have been escalating, I guess, since the first of the year. And Melissa's had a couple of MIWs and a couple arrests.
MIW?
And she got out of jail in, I guess, April. And she started, we hadn't really had anything personal up until that point. She got out of jail in April. And she
My
started.
personal life is your business, John. It has nothing to do with
Miss
you
Hardwick?
boys. No.
You will be held in contempt of this court if you become disruptive.
I haven't done anything to this court, haven't done anything to him.
So you'll be arrested for
It doesn't
contempt
make-
of the
It
court.
doesn't make any difference.
You will serve 10 days for contempt of court.
Oh, man.
Go now.
Get off of me!
Hands behind your back.
Bitch, wait and see.
Daughter,
You.
Get
After spending nearly 5 months in jail, Melissa Hardwick pleads guilty to intimidating a participant in a legal process. She avoids any further jail time by agreeing to a court-ordered diversion or rehabilitation program for 5 years.
The emergency protective order will remain in place of no contact.
Back on the record, Mr. McCarty, President. He's under oath from the start of the trial.
No, I'm not. I'm not under oath.
All right, raise your right hand when I swear you in.
I'm not under oath.
That's your bad finger. I didn't appreciate that.
So you're going to threaten me like you did the other day?
Ready to participate here?
No, you threatened my life the other day. I am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally. Y'all took my kids unrightfully. You want to allow my witnesses here? You want to allow my paperwork? Y'all took all my court paperwork.
We haven't started the trial yet.
It doesn't matter. You still deny it. You want to take my kids from me and act like that? You ain't that bitch.
Whoa, buddy.
You ain't the bitch that took my kids.
McCarthy, calm down.
Holly, make sure you take down what I say. He was sworn in.
No, I was not sworn in.
Yes.
I've never been sworn in this court. Bring the camera back. He's making this up.
So that being said, number one, I need to know whether or not you want to be here during the trial process.
No.
All right. Do you want to testify though?
No, I don't. This is all being done unconstitutionally, unrightfully.
Do you want to be in the room or not?
Do you want to?
I'd prefer not to, sir.
Well, you got a mouth for it.
No, do you want to be here?
Badman them. Badman them.
Oh, who wants to sit here while you take their kids? This is a conflict of interest. Every right y'all I supposedly have you violated. Can I get some water, please?
Can I get some water, please?
I got a lot more custom to do. I need drug wet mouth.
Do you want to be here when the jury's here?
What the do you think?
I don't know. I need you to answer.
Next, we head to the S. James Foxman Justice Center in Daytona Beach, Florida.
All right, let's come on out.
The woman being sworn in is 18-year-old Keandria Cook. Cook's in court today to receive a sentence for using a dating app to set up a robbery that ended with another teen being shot. The teen survived. Cook has accepted a plea deal that will drop a conspiracy charge, which carried a maximum penalty of life in prison. But counts of carjacking, attempted carjacking with a deadly weapon, and felony battery are still in play.
All right, come on up, Miss Cook.
Wow,
You get
bro.
to say the final words.
Go see God. Shit really goes down in life. Like, I'm in here in my house, my basement, in my bedroom, and there's people out there going
I just want to say that I'm sorry.
I remember that.
That her son had been shot because I didn't even know he was going to get shot. My boyfriend and his friends get threatened me to do this. I didn't even know what was going on until I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I just want to say I asked them for forgiveness when she said get a chance so I can get out and finish school. And I keep my mama proud because I want to be her first child to bring home a high school diploma. And I just want to make my mama proud. That's it.
Cook now prepares to hear her sentence as her loved ones look on.
Ms. Cook, you're before the court for sentencing. A couple of things going in your favor. One, you didn't hold the firearm during these episodes. The second is that the victim luckily survived. That being said, this was intentional. It was an orchestrated ambush, and you are a main part of that. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and adjudicate you guilty of all 3 charges, sentence you to 20 years in state prison. Concurrent as to the first.
Your mother?
The crying you hear is coming from Cook's mother. The sentence much more severe than they expected.
Charges.
That shit makes you
All fines and costs.
It turns out that Cook and her mother's reactions were so intense because they believed the plea deal meant no prison time. Judge Foxman allows her to enter a new plea deal, citing miscommunication between Cook and the assistant public defender. As a result of that new deal,
I think he got good in, and I think he got potential. I'll lose sight of that.
Cook's sentence is reduced to 11 years in prison.
Oh, that shit makes me want to cry.
Charges assault and resisting. You have the public, Mr.
Where public defender Andrew Weinstock and his client are appearing before Judge John Murphy, whose voice you hear.
Public defender, what do you want to do?
Have they filed?
They have.
I'm not waiting.
All right, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? I'm not waiting. You want to set it for trial? Set it for trial.
Judge Murphy wants the defendant to waive his right to a speedy trial because the court's schedule's backed up. Weinstock isn't budging, and tensions are mounting.
If I had a rock, I would throw it at you right now. Stop pissing me off. Just sit down. I'll take care of it. I don't need your help.
No, you know what? I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to stand and represent my clients.
If you want to fight, let's go out back, and I'll just beat your ass.
I thought a judge had gone.
They both head to the hallway behind the courtroom, just out of the view of the court's cameras. Believe it or not, they get into a physical altercation until Judge Murphy returns to the courtroom.
I've never seen
alone.
that before.
Thank you.
What kind of
I will
madness is
catch
this,
my
bro?
breath eventually. Man, I'm an old man.
Once Judge Murphy catches his breath, he continues with the rest of the hearings without Weinstock present.
Your choices, considering there's probably going to be a changeover in personnel, are setting it for trial June 9th, or if you were wanting to waive speedy, we would set it for July 15th.
I would like to get it done as fast as possible.
That doesn't help me.
The incident's investigated by the Florida Judicial Qualifications Commission, who charged Judge John Murphy with threatening to commit violence against an assistant public defender, engaging in a physical altercation at counsel, and resuming his docket while defendants were without counsel. The case eventually reaches the Florida Supreme Court, which orders the immediate suspension and permanent removal of Judge Murphy from his post. We're at the Lewis County Courthouse in Chehalis, Washington, in the courtroom of Judge R.W. Buzzard, who's just finished some business with the 4 defendants to the right. This is Tanner Jacobson, who's charged with reckless driving and driving with a suspended license. This is Cody Howard, who's charged with second-degree burglary, first-degree trafficking in stolen property, third-degree driving with a suspended license, and 2 warrants for failing to appear in court. Neither of them feel like sticking around. Judge Buzzard springs into action, and it's on. Keep in mind the 2 escapees are in handcuffs and prison-issue sandals. A witness points the judge in the right direction, as does this bright orange clue here. They've made it to the 3rd floor stairwell.
Oh my God.
And now to the 2nd, just 1 floor away from freedom. But Judge Buzzard is gaining some ground, especially on the one who lost his sandal. The judge tackles the lagging defendant just outside the exit to the building. 2 deputies catch up moments later.
That's wild, yo. These guys are
And bring him back to a cell. The other defendants picked up just a few blocks away. Both have second-degree escape added to their charges. What were these 2 thinking? Glad you asked.
We were sitting there on the benches together, and he's like, I'm gonna run.
I said, what am I doing? What did I just do? I gotta go with it now. There's nothing, I can't stop right here. There's nothing I can do now. I'm screwed.
Life, bro.
I only get like...
Live your life. You can look back and be like, damn, yo. I hope you don't do nothing more stupid. Don't try to get life in prison, bro.
I'm screwed.
I only get like 4 blocks, and then I stop. Like, I just stopped on my own. I'm like, what am I doing right now? It was decision. I don't even know why I did it. Like, I would be out of here if I wouldn't have ran.
I didn't try to escape to get out. I tried to escape to get well, and I tried to do what I could, do what I could do to get my drug addiction.
Stand up and raise your right hand to be sworn, please. Please stand up.
Next, we head over to the Miami-Dade Bond Court in Miami, Florida.
The one sleeping there, you can wake up too in the back row.
Where Judge Mindy Glazer's overseeing bond hearings.
I have a few announcements. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent all defendants unless you tell me you have money to pay for a private lawyer or if you are hiring a private lawyer and one is here. Also, please let me know if you have served in the United States military or any of the reserves. Good morning.
Good morning.
Over the next few hours, she'll see dozens of defendants.
You were arrested for second-degree murder.
As they step in.
I'm in the military, Your Honor.
You are?
And quickly step out.
Hi, Mr. Booth. How are you?
How you doing, ma'am? Okay, ma'am.
49-year-old Arthur Booth is a career criminal, charged with burglary, grand theft, fleeing, and resisting arrest.
You have actually 3 arrest affidavits. Reckless driving, damage to property, leaving the scene of a crash with serious injury.
With no serious injury.
I'm sorry, no serious injury.
Okay.
After questioning, Judge Glazer explains the terms of his bond.
The bond on count 1 is $7,500.
But the judge notices something familiar about this defendant.
Okay, Mr. Booth, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go to Nautilus
I'm back.
for middle school?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
I'm sorry to see you here. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
This is the nicest kid in middle school.
Oh, my goodness.
He was the best kid in middle school. I used to play football with him and all the kids, and look what has happened. So sorry.
Oh, my goodness.
The surprise reunion between the 2 former middle school classmates is almost too much for Booth to handle.
Oh, my goodness.
Once a promising student, Booth fell into drug and gambling addictions that led him into a life of petty crime, resulting in multiple stays in prison.
Oh, my goodness.
Good luck to you, sir. I hope you're able to come out of this okay and just lead a lawful life.
The reunion somberly concludes as Glazer sets bail at $43,000.
Okay. All right. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Booth is sent to prison for 10 months and then released into a drug treatment program.
If you're a business owner and you were paying taxes unknowingly and unnecessarily, what would you want to know about it?
This is the arraignment of 20-year-old Spencer Allen Boston. At a traffic stop 2 months earlier, Boston received citations for speeding and simple possession of marijuana. As he walks up to the podium, Judge Haywood Barry's informed that Boston has a special request.
I spoke to Mr. Boston. He said he wants to represent himself in this case. I told him today was just an arraignment. It's either guilty, not guilty type day. To which he responded, I just want to plead my case to the court. So he didn't want to talk to me after that, so that's why he was started talking, son.
Yes, sir. I think it's very unfair, the marijuana law here. I think we the people deserve better because marijuana is a very harmless drug, and it's been around for ages, since the 80s, 90s.
I've heard that baloney all my life, so don't go any further on that.
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether it's good or bad. All I know is Tennessee still has it against the law. I swore to uphold the laws, and I have to uphold the laws as a judge. It probably is unfair, but I can't change it. You've got to go see the legislature to get that change.
Yes, sir.
And if you get it changed,
Judge Barry quickly returns to the matter at hand.
Now, if you want to plead guilty, you can today. But if you want a trial, we can give you a trial on the officer's date, which it's Officer Vincent.
Officer Vincent?
You want to fix trial date?
Yeah, we can do that.
That'd be fun. Then you make another speech.
As the judge works with court employees to schedule a trial date,
May 7th.
Boston decides to take action. As he pulls out what appears to be a joint.
You guy pulls out a joint.
No one seems to notice until, shockingly, he lights up. And this time it's noticed immediately.
Hey! We the people deserve better. I can't
Boston may have finally pleaded his case.
Hey! We the people deserve better.
But he's immediately taken away by the court officer. And Judge Barry gets the final word.
Take you to jail.
Slapping Boston with a disorderly conduct charge, as well as another charge of possession. We're in the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice in Detroit, Michigan, for the sentencing of 25-year-old Amanda Casal.
There's a lot of things that you can do, and your life doesn't have to be over because of a poor choice. You just have to accept responsibility for it and find a way to make something positive out of a very negative situation.
Casal has been found guilty of driving under the influence, causing a head-on collision that killed 31-year-old Jerome Zerker and severely injured his fiancée, 31-year-old Brittany Johnson. The couple have 5 children together. Prior to sentencing, a powerful impact statement from the victim's children, read by his sister, Doreen Zerker.
Amanda, look what you did to my life.
It's really sad.
You ruined everything I had, like my dad's life.
Amanda seems devastated by Doreen's words. But Judge Kiana Lillard apparently hears some snickering from Casal's family sitting in the gallery.
You can go too. Whoever can sit here at a tragic moment like this and laugh and smile when somebody has lost a family member, this is a court of law. You cannot come down to the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice and act any way you want to act.
That's the defendant's mother, Donna Casal.
Because if you don't know how to act, you can go to jail. Ma'am, you are being taken into custody for criminal contempt. Your disruptive and disrespectful behavior disrupted today's proceedings, and you, ma'am, are going to the Wayne County Jail for 93 days for direct criminal contempt. Anybody else want to go? Try it.
As Casal is led to the county jail, Judge Lillard offers a stern reminder about etiquette in the courtroom.
These are very serious matters, and I understand you all are upset because your loved one is going to prison, but guess what? She's going to prison for the choices that she made.
After orders restored, Amanda Casal is sentenced.
It'll be the sentence of this court that you will serve 3 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. If there's nothing further, that concludes this matter.
Casal only serves 3 years and is then paroled in February 2020. As for Amanda's mother, Donna, she spends the night in jail and appears before Judge Lillard the next morning. Donna seems to have learned a serious lesson from just one night behind bars.
Ms. Coulter, is there something you'd like to say?
Yes, I deeply apologize for what I did. I was under a lot of stress. And I deeply apologize for what I did in your court. I just needed to get out. And it's been very hard for me this year, and I know for the other family. And I'm so sorry for what I did. And I know it was wrong, and I apologize.
Things have to be conducted in decency and order.
I apologize.
You can't come to court acting a fool. I know people watch a lot of shows on TV where you see different things happening in make-believe courtrooms that give people a skewed sense of reality, but this is real life here, and we just can't have people behaving like that. It can't be tolerated. So I will modify your sentence for direct criminal contempt from 93 days to 1 day with credit for time served, and you should be released today.
God bless you. Thank you. And I apologize very solely and for the other family.
Donna serves 1 day.
Thank you.
And is released.
You're welcome.
Thanks for being a fan of Court Cam.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
Video and catch full episodes on aetv.com.